Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. We're gonna jump right into today's video. We're gonna be setting up a bioactive enclosure. Something I've always wanted to do, but I've always been very intimidated by it. And today we're gonna do my very first one. We are collaborating with two incredible companies. I cannot wait to tell you guys about them and show you what they sent us. So, let's begin. So behind me is the enclosure we're gonna be working with today. This is a Vision Cage Model 215, and it's made by Custom Cages. Custom Cages is a company that I've been admiring for literally years. They make awesome vision cages. They make reptile habitats as well as bird cages and giant aviaries, which one day I will have as soon as I have the property. These vision cages are made out of polyethylene. So they're lightweight, but they are extremely durable. And they're stackable, which is really cool. So they're nearly indestructible and you can stack them on top of each other. And these come in a wide variety of sizes. There are just so many options that you can do with this enclosure, any kind of habitat that you can imagine. Whether you want to do a drier habitat or something really wet and humid, there are no joints or seams on the bottom, so you're not going to have any leakage or spillage. And also it's really easy to clean. They also come with these two doors, which are stain-proof, which is amazing. And they are sturdy, but they're also really easy to remove. Now we have the doors on just because I wanted to show you guys what the enclosure looks like when it's all put together. But for the purpose of this video, we are going to remove them just so it's easier for us to do the inside of the enclosure. Now the other company that we're collaborating with today is Josh's Frogs, and I am just so excited to be working with them. They sent us everything we need to set up this enclosure, and I've been dying to open it, but I haven't because I wanted to open everything on camera. If you haven't heard about Josh's Frogs, they are your go-to website for everything frog related. They have substrates, they have frogs, they have care sheets, they grow their own plants. They are absolutely amazing. So what exactly is a bioactive setup? Well, it has a living animal, it has live plants, and it has small invertebrates and microorganisms all living together. And if you do it correctly, it can last years and it's self-sustaining, so you don't really need to clean up much. Setting up a bioactive enclosure can sound really intimidating, and for a long time, it definitely intimidated me. But when you break it down, it's actually pretty simple, and there are 5 main layers to a bioactive enclosure. So obviously when you're creating a bioactive setup, you start from the bottom up. So we're gonna start with our drainage layer, and this is a false bottom from Josh's Frogs, and they're made of clay. The drainage layer does exactly what it sounds like it's supposed to do. It's a place for the extra water and moisture to drain out, but we also want to lock in the moisture. So these are perfect for that. So now that we rinse these clay balls with dechlorinated water, we're gonna add them in. Ideally for a drainage layer, you want about 2 to 3 inches of substrate. This is 1 bag. I got 2 bags because I wasn't sure how much I was gonna use. We're all done adding the clay balls. There's about 2 inches. 2 bags was more than enough. I actually didn't finish adding the whole second bag, so about 1.5 bags will do for something this size. Now is the next layer, which I think is the easiest layer. It is the substrate barrier. So it's literally just to protect these clay balls from the substrate to prevent the substrate from mixing in. So we're just gonna open it and lay it right on top. And once again, these are from Josh's Frogs. Everything I'm using today to set up this enclosure is from Josh's Frogs. I'm telling you, they sell it all. So for my substrate layer, I chose Josh's Frogs ABG Mix, which stands for Atlanta Botanical Gardens Mix, and it has the perfect blend of charcoal, sphagnum moss, fir bark, tree fern, and peat. So it's great, and this helps plants thrive. So I'm going to start off by using 2 bags of the ABG Mix. Now Josh's Frogs does recommend to mix it outside of the enclosure before you put it in, and to use distilled water to help moisten it. We want to mix this so it's wet but not sopping wet. We just want it a little bit humid. So now is my favorite part. Now we're gonna add the plants. I love plants. I do not have a green thumb. I pretty much kill every single plant I touch. So I was really afraid when I learned I was gonna have to be keeping plants alive. But Josh's Frogs made it so easy. They literally have every single plant. It's foolproof. It tells you exactly what they need, whether they need shade or more light, whether they do well in a drier climate or better in a wetter climate. So you really can't mess it up. Guess we're gonna start unwrapping. It's like Christmas. Look at the cat. Hi, Simpson. Oh, all of these are pet safe too. Wow. Oh, and it tells you what it is too.
What is it?
It is a Apelia involucrata. It's a moon valley. Yeah, look how pretty that is. This is a friendship plant. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Wow. Can we just take a second to appreciate what perfect condition these plants are in? They are healthy, they're alive, they're not crushed, and this is after shipping. Look how much detail is placed into packaging them, you know, and making sure they're protected. There were even heat packs in here to keep them warm. That one's really pretty. This is a jade pothos. It's awesome. Oh, this looks like a big one. Wow. A jade jewel pot. Beautiful. Look at all my plants. So before we can plant these little guys into the enclosure, it is recommended that we use dechlorinated water to wash them and get as much soil off of the roots as possible before transferring them into the habitat. Okay, so I got as much off as I could, and now we're gonna add our first plant. Okay, so the plants are in. It is looking beautiful. I also purchased some of these mossy sticks, which are perfect for climbing. It's really great for frogs. I just thought they looked really cute. And then I also got this beautiful little piece of, I think it's driftwood from Josh's Frogs that we're gonna put in here, and it's gonna look like a little tree. Maybe I'll put it this way. It's so pretty. And then we're gonna add the sphagnum moss and the leaves and the isopods. Now it is time to add our isopods in our leaf litter. So as this breaks down, this is nutrition for the plants, and the isopods are the little tiny looking bug thingies in here, and these are going to help break down waste products, which in return goes to the plants.
It's a roly-poly.
It is a roly-poly. So these are the isopods here. These little roly-poly looking things. And then the really small, let's see if we can even see them on camera. White looking, that right there. Those are springtails. So we're gonna add all of them in. Look at little roly-poly. Look at him. He's so happy. Now these isopods were actually donated from my friend Jenna, but Josh's Frogs has them too, so you can get them there. Okay, it's looking beautiful. Everything is in. We just have to add the doors, add the animals, and then add this light that, once again, I got from Josh's Frogs. This is a green grow light, and from everything that I'm reading on their website, this is the best light to help your plants thrive. So tomorrow we're gonna go get a fixture. We're gonna put this on. We're also going to go and adopt our 2 new animals that are gonna go in here. This enclosure is perfect for tree frogs, salamanders, geckos, potentially even a small snake, but I'm really happy with how this came out, and it was a lot of fun setting up too. It has been about 2 months since we set up this BioActive, and I could not be happier with how this came out, and I can't wait to show you guys how big the plants got. So take a look at this. Remember how small they were when we first got them? They are just flourishing in here with this light. This is self-sustaining. Once in a while we water it, but that's really all we have to do. We ended up putting 2 tiger salamanders in here, and they are just thriving and they are so happy. So the salamanders are basically like little bulldozers. They kind of rearrange the plants the way that they wanted to, and the plants are still living, but it just goes to show you what amazing quality these plants are and how awesome these products are. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this week's episode, and a huge thank you to Josh's Frogs and Custom Cages for this awesome enclosure and for including us on this NanoViv challenge. We had so much fun doing this, and we hope to work with both of these companies in the future. I'm gonna link it in the description box, both of their URLs, so you guys can check them out yourself, and I highly suggest setting up a BioActive if you've been interested in it, because it was a lot of fun and it's not hard to do at all.